We're from Network 7. Who's in there? Hello?
A couple of people they came back because they made a mistake.
We're from Network 7. Can you tell me what you're doing here?
We're here for Science Fiction Convention.
Oh, really? What are you doing? Are you fans or what?
I'd say anything that isn't fantasy can be generally termed as science fiction. What somebody was saying today is that the original title was Scientification, which is extrapolation of the future based on the science of today.
Well, I'm only looking actually, but these all look very exciting, sort of dramatic kind of ornaments. They've got a big market.
Yes, especially amongst those who are into historical reenactments. The things like the large mangles, these, of which I've got more over there, they're used by people in different reenactment societies to actually wear on their wrists because they're very like the wristbands that they did wear during that period.
But I thought science fiction was all about the future. This all seems to be about the past.
There's a lot of science fiction fans who are interested in the past as well as the future.
Why?
I expect because we've got a better imagination than most.
I've just seen a Rambo figure. What's Rambo got to do with science fiction? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yes?
Do you mind talking to me for a moment?
Not at all.
You look a lot like Rambo, if I may say so. What's he got to do with science fiction?
Oh, I'm playing the eco-gorillas from the game Illuminati, Steve Jackson Games.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't know about those. Can you tell me something about them?
Well, the eco-gorillas encompass the Animal Liberation Front, the eco-saboteurs and everything else.
Have you noticed that everybody who believes that science fiction's great is at least 15 stone overweight? And the women all have boobs down to their thighs.
It had occurred to me.
Yes, I know. We'll go over there. There are just tons of women with boobs that are actually rattling against their knees over in that direction.
It's amazing that occurred to you as well. But it's, you know, don't you think that for people who are involved in sort of futuristic things, that they're, you know, terribly behind with their passions?
Aren't they? I mean, if you ask them, you'll find that at least 60% of the people here are librarians, and the other 40% have aspirations to become librarians when they're old enough.
Is there something like this in Russia?
Есть какие-нибудь такие встречи в Советском Союзе?
Бывает, но крайне редко и очень скучно.
They happen, but they are very rare and very boring.
We'll now have a question and answer session. Can somebody tell me how long we've got to go?
When you do things like this, do you find that some people know your work better than you do?
Unfortunately, yes. It's the worst experience you can have as a writer, is discovering that someone's actually asked you a more erudite, witty and sensible question than you have the capacity to reply to. It's the worst thing that can happen. It's hell.
Flicking through the programme, I mean, it had hideously sort of pseudo-sounding, you know, debates and lectures.
Well, you see, you've got to understand there's a wee bit of satire going on in there. I mean, these are actually...
This is sophisticated humour, you're telling me.
This is sophisticated humour, actually, yes, indeed. A lot of these panels are put together, and they're not, you know, they're not being entirely serious a lot of the time. And SF fandom and conventions are very much about having fun, and there's a lot of sort of drollery going on there. Don't take the thing too seriously. It's just not, you know, some sort of convention about structuralism or something like that. It's about having fun. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff that's down there is actually with tongue-in-cheek. There are people who are only here for, I don't know, for written SF. That's the people that tend to interest me, and there's people who are only here to see all the films, people who are only here to participate in the masquerade when they all dress up in wonderful uniforms and costumes and all that. So people who are only here to do the role-playing fantasy games, or only here to play computer games, whatever. There is no such thing as a typical SF fan anyway, but you certainly won't find them here.
Would you think SF fans have a sense of humour about themselves?
I have to, yes. I mean, come on, you've seen some of the uniforms and things around here. Come on, this cannot be done seriously.
I know your programme, and if you go beyond this, I'll have your asses.
Thanks very much. You can get this book for 25 quid here at the convention. and this one comes with it free. Now Network 7's got 2 copies of Spycatcher.